Group G action for you now, and it's a group that's very rapidly becoming the group of death. Last night by a single goal to nil, sits second in the table, and it's Uruguay now who top the group after beating double Euro champions and in the shock of the day to put themselves top. That now means Romania, who are set to play their first game now, are in third. If they win by more than one, them and Sudan and Uruguay all on 3 points. Kazakhstan, the world champions then, will be behind the three of them, and England still chasing. A very tasty group indeed. We'll be bringing you the game very, very soon. First though, it's the national anthems.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Romania. رجاء الوقوف للنشيد الوطني الروماني.
Well, this one's going to be interesting. Streaky last night. Sudan might just tell you that they were resolute, dogged, determined, and kept England at bay and took their chance when it came. Romania, with familiar with, if you are someone used to soccer, the likes of Bertu and Toma and Lucian, Alexandru, Razvan, all names that will. So Group G, and I'm alongside Martin Hopkins, aka Scoop. Scoop, this one is big for lots and lots of reasons, as I mentioned.
You see from Sudan, you said they were arguably lucky, but there's more than one way to win a game of football, and certainly they rode their luck last night. They chose to play, and it was successful for them. Romania will be a different challenge, I think.
Yeah, Romania far more accomplished, far more established. England at the moment, who have brought along a brand new, fresh out the packet side, not completely familiar with surroundings and the tempo, the style of Romania, a side with pedigree. They finished third in the Euro Cup, beating Oman, the hosts, on penalties after a 2-2 draw. final by 4 goals to 2, and that is nothing to be ashamed of at all. Croatia, particularly in that tournament, were fantastic and will be, well, considered one of the main favourites. Kazakhstan have been put to the sword. Who would have thought it? Kazakhstan, world champions, have actually lost the game of soccer.
Romania already winners this evening. That they weren't anticipating.
Well, I don't even think they knew it existed. Scoop. It was a surprise to all.
They didn't know the words.
I think that they went back for round 2, didn't they? Well, round 2 for the national anthem of Romania. Round 2 for Sudan after they played last night. This is the opening game.
Be interesting to see the Sudanese goalkeeper. Had an eventful game last night. Let's see if his tactics are still the same.
I think we'll enjoy. Now in goal warming up, he's full of energy and vigour, and he tends to have a big smile on his face. So.
Goalkeepers have got to be a bit mad, haven't they? And
absolutely right.
But he certainly entertained us.
The goalkeeper at the other end has been made famous. The most viewed video, Sam Alexander. He was beaten on a soccer penalty by the Italians. His name has just escaped me, and it's always been in my mind. Daniel Araujo. He was rainbow kicked in the Euro Cup in Chisinau, Moldova. And it is Romania in the white, in Sudan in the red, if you're not familiar. And it's Romania who sloppy pass out for a Sudanese kick-in, which will settle down Sudanese nerves instantly, I'm sure. Sudan backed again by a healthy spattering of fans. Some noise, they've got the megaphone, they've got the drums. And they'll want the points.
Osman starting the game for Sudan as he left off against the ball straight back to Romania.
That was Toma, the number 7, who just laid it off. Now onto the left-hand side and back in the centre for Bertu, the captain. Rolls it onto the right-hand side, and there's a chance at the... Had it not hit the Sudanese leg, the keeper was beaten there, I think. Romania will come again. It's Panzaru having to go. Vincenzo Toma, who makes things tick for Romania generally. He won't be making things tick there as he slides it out of play for another Sudan. In with, I think we'll see the same Sudan as we saw last night. A team that will bide their time, try and sit in, dig in. Wait. Star keeper for the tournament so far, putting it out of play for a Romanian kick-in. That's Panzaru. For Romania, they do like to play this way. They spread themselves wide. Quite crisp, neat passing. Might fancy a shot from range. They do so. And that looked for a second as that might have come off the arm of the defender, but there was no appeal. So
lovely, extravagant dive from the keeper.
I think to be expected.
Made it look good. And let's not take it away from him if he did.
Oh, we'll wait and see if we might get a replay if we're lucky. It was a corner anyway for Romania. Cut back on the angle. Shot came in from Toma. And then the ball ricochets away in the challenge and out for a Sudanese kick-in. Who impressed you for Sudan last night, Scoop, other than the keeper?
Walid Mohammed, the number 9, their captain, their talisman. Seemed to be every inch the team leader and the figure that all the rest of the team looked up to.
Well, he's going to be important again. I'm sure he will be throughout. It should be dealt with from the header, although they've given the ball to Sudan, and there is the number 9, Walid Mohammed. He's got his goal in the 29th minute last night against an England side that knocked and knocked at that door, but were refused entry. Sudan seeing a little bit more of the football than they did in the first 5 minutes or so than last night, and they're knocking it about quite nicely. And will bide their time along that back line. 3 at the back at all times virtually for Sudan at the moment. And certainly a side that don't want to concede. Romania will have other ideas. That's Bert.
Touches, and it would have been the first goal of this encounter.
You know, it's got to be one of the, if you had a heat map, one of the hottest spots on a pitch for goals where that last touch comes from is right on that back post.
I don't think we've seen too much of it.
We
so
haven't
far.
actually in this tournament.
I was thinking that in the previous game. Hit it low and hard.
Well, here's a chance for Romania again. Perhaps a lovely little run and a shot comes in. Keeper gets a leg to it. But Romania have stolen it back and it's not over yet. It is now. As Catalan fires it with his left foot.
Hit it low and hard to that far post and make it the job of the forward to get on the end of it.
Yeah, that's right, Scoop. Yep, absolutely right. Something you might see from Croatia a little later on. They're pretty good at that sort of thing. Here's Catalan again. Quite comfortable in possession, Romania. I'm happy to just knock it about, and they do find space well. It's a lot of give and goes from Romania, generally speaking. Berchu, nice turn away, but we'll have to do it all over again as he comes back towards his own goal. Alexandru will venture forward. Now, he does have a shot now and again if he's given the opportunity. Instead, he goes to the right this time. And some defending that's just resulted in a free kick, I think, for Romania. A little late from Walid Mohammed.
Well, let's see if Romania can come up with another decent low cross. Come shot to that far post.
They are a side that I recognise as one of the better soccer sides, and the better soccer sides usually have plans from set pieces. What can they muster from this one? Only the one white shirt inside the penalty area.
Looks like it's Toma's job to get on the end of it.
It usually is.
Catalan there as well.
Cut back on the edge is for Toma. And Sudan will take that all day long. Romania having to go right back home from a decent position. A little bit of space for a second on the left-hand side for Berchu, and then was closed down by 2 red shirts and dragged it across to the other side of the pitch. Catalan again. And Panzaru back out to the left-hand side. Might try the shot on the angle, and I didn't see any contact there myself. Scoop as Toma went down, but he's got the free kick.
He got the free kick he wanted. And this is a dangerous position. Spurned opportunity before. They had a free kick in a really good position on the field, and it ended up with their own keeper.
Yeah. Yeah, could have done better with that one for sure. So Romania usually one of the better ones for set pieces, but maybe just tried a little bit too hard on that occasion. 3-man war. Wouldn't fancy being part of it right now. Now that's on purpose, and that is pure Romania, although it didn't come off. I like the inventiveness though.
Yeah, great innovation there. Fooled a lot of people in the stadium and their opponents.
Berchu for Romania. Cross to the far side into the path of Catalan again. And he hits one, smashes against Awas Mohammed. Romania with plenty of possession, possibly not a surprise to us who would have watched Sudan last night. And I think they'll take it. They'll be quite happy with it. They're happy to be out of possession. Romania probing. Here we go again. Lovely little feint, and then a ball flashed across. And here is where Sudan will want to try and make things count. Punish on the counter. That's a beautiful ball through. And there's a innocuous dive, surely in the area. Now he's surely going to be booked for simulation for that, and he is.
No contact at all from Anwas Mohammed. Well, let's not detract from the quality of that ball.
Yeah.
From the number 9, Waleed Mohammed, his captain. It was an absolute, the epitome of a defence-splitting pass. Really, really showed his quality there, did Mohammed. Having been fed the ball by Bercic, who is the key player for Romania. And if they can come up with more opportunities like that, Sudan might spring a surprise.
Well, that's what they're all about, or so it would seem. For now, they're a man short for 2 minutes because the man who went down to ground under no contact was punished for it. And there is very much a feeling of this game being played in the right way, in the right spirit at soccer, and so that kind of very clear simulation won't be tolerated.
Have you ever met a football fan that doesn't enrage?
No. Simply put, here's a chance on the edge. It's a little bit of a hospital ball in truth, and it's cleared away as far as Sam Alexandru in the Romanian goal. And once again, Romania will come again. Here's Vincenzo Toma, ball out to the right-hand side. Might get it back, does. He's got to the left-hand side, Panzaru, and he finds him, and Panzaru pulls the trigger. And again, it's into the Sudanese brick wall at the back. And for a side who has a lot of possession against them in their final third, they are yet to concede. That might change. Smashes off the top of the head of a Sudanese defender out of play for a kick in, and he might just need a minute or two with that one to take a breather right on the top of the head.
Toma looks a good hard-running player for Romania.
Yeah, one of the better players. Toma, proper, what I would consider proper soccer player. Knows how to play the game, uses his energy at the right times.
Good distribution.
Really good distribution. Yeah. Very rarely do you see him lose the ball, and he's very quick to pass and move, get into the spaces. And they like to try and break you down, Romania, and they are a good side, as I say. A cheaper Romanei is in charge, and he likes it played a certain way. He's a young player, and he used to play for the Romanian side, so he knows a bit about soccer. And they went a little way in the Euros. They beat Italy in the quarter-final on that penalty shootout, as I mentioned, with Daniel Ruggio's goal. They beat Lithuania 2-0 in the last 16 before they finally came up against a decent Croatian side. Croatia capitulated, though, in the final against Kazakhstan. Gifted them a goal in the opening couple of minutes, and they just never, ever were able to recover. Almost ready to get back underway. It will be a Romanian kick in. Sudan ring the changes. Back on comes Badam. And that is it. Captain Toma once more. Panzaru getting a little bit mixed up, but we'll go back to his captain. He'll have another go, Panzaru. Just looking for a bit of space to shoot. Instead, he rolls it back. Toma off the left peg. Goes way over the bar and out of the ground.
Nice bit of footwork there for Toma. Little feint over the ball. Teed it up into position, but couldn't keep his shot down.
He found the space well, didn't he? Just couldn't keep his technique together to keep it under the bar. Instead, it flew out of the stadium. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half, still 0-0. And that will suit Sudan. Team number 12, Ahmed Ibrahim. Sudan, for the first time in a while, enjoying a little spell of possession, and they might make it count here. Down to the left-hand side goes Sam Alexandru. That's what they like to do, Scoop.
Great work from Bardam. Sudan proving it wasn't a fluke last night.
Would seem that they're very comfortable to play this way, and if it works, well, that's absolutely fine. Here's a bit of magic from the magician of Sudan, who played it right across the face. Romania were able to get it away, and forward will come Paul Isak. Lays it into the path of Berciu. Now he's got a shot on him if he gets the chance. To the area again, and there is the keeper. He will enjoy getting down to claim Sudan very happy to play out from the back, which is almost an odd tactic when you consider how much they like to defend. It's almost like they want to defend straight away every time they have it. And there's a lot of shirt pulling going on there, and still bustling through was Martin Bardam. Just didn't get hold of it properly in the end. If he had stopped and turned to the referee, he might have got a free kick and had a man sin bin, but he bustled on through, couldn't find the target. 0-0 it remains.
Good strong running from Bardam there. Could have done better with that opportunity. All sorts of grappling, perhaps the referee thought it was a bit of both.
Well, they allowed an advantage, which was a decent one because he did get a shot away. It wasn't the referee's fault that he couldn't quite find the right way to place it into the back of the net. But again, great shoots for Sudan in terms of their attacking prowess. They've had a few good opportunities on the counter-attack. What they do need to do, though, of course, is make it count at some point. You can't keep on defending and not score when you get those opportunities. But at the moment, I think they'll be relatively pleased. Quarter of an hour in, 0-0. And as things stand, it would put them back top of Group G on 4 points. Adrian Panzari on screen. And this is one of the sort of setups. 2 men either side of the post and 1 on the edge and 1 on the outside of the pitch. It goes to the back and fizzed across. And there was no touch again. Someone on that back post, Scoop.
How many times have we seen it? That's 3 times, isn't it? At that back stick, no one there. Taking a chance again.
You've got to gamble on that back stick. It is, like I say, one of the real hot spots.
If I was the Romanian coach, I'd be saying, what happened?
I'm going to use a name that no one in the world other than me and you right now will know. Scoop. Guy Whittingham be stood there all day. There's a shot from range. Cannons off the Sudan defender.
Well, there's a long history of players ghosting in at that far post to score. And
I don't even think he bothered ghosting. Well, even no offsides. Just wait there.
Yeah, well, fair enough, yeah.
Corner for Romania on the cutback, and he didn't know much about that, the defender, but he had to be there as Paul Izak pulled the trigger. And another ball makes its way out of the stadium. We're going to run out of balls in a minute.
Just one thought. This might put England's performance into a different perspective, because England played really, really well against Sudan. And Sudan, on this evidence, look a good side.
I quite agree, Scoop, actually. It's a very good point raised. England were very disappointed last night. I said it earlier in the intro, I really think this group is the group of death. I think this is the one where there's jeopardy all the way through it, and it's going to go down to all of the last games in this group to determine who's going home and going through.
And some of the England side are behind the goal away to our right.
Yeah, well, it might just please them as well. It might give them that extra spring in their step. As you say, Scoop, mentality is part of their thinking now, watching what they're watching, because Romania are a good side. And Sudan have coped with them, and they have opportunities themselves to go in front. And this one finally poised, could go either way. A little over 2.5 minutes of normal time to play. The allotted 20. Clearance away from the keeper. It was the number 11, Mohammed. So good they named him twice, that went to ground. He didn't get the free kick, and then a snapshot. A toe really from Halas Lucian. And another one fizzes past the upright. And Shacharidis will watch it what a play, but so too will the Romanian keeper Sam Alexandru at the other end, who will get on with it quickly. Goal right before half-time might change the Sudanese confidence levels, perhaps. And here is a chance. And over the bar again. And Tiron E this time was the man to hit it. And I'm beginning to put Romania in the wasteful bracket.
I'm just thinking, wondering if this game's following the same trajectory as last night's game.
Romania are a side who usually do have goals in them and do concede goals. They're usually kind of 3-2s, 4-3s, 5-4 type side, Romania. At the moment, they're drifting 0-0 at half-time. There is a minute and a quarter left for that to change. There's Duru to the left-hand side to find Panzaru. One white shirt in the box. One on the outside in the centre circle. He receives it. Romania just knocking about, trying to open Sudan up, but they're quite good in their shape. Might be a little bit of room now on the cutback. An opportunity for Mikola Duru. And another one goes over the top of the crossbar, and it is still 0-0.
Well worked move. Romania knocking the ball around nicely, trying to stretch their opponents. They look a fit side, Romania. But Sudan will be well.
Playing with fire, the goalkeeper, and that's a penalty. That's a slide challenge from the keeper. It's a foul as well on top of the foot, and it's a sin bin for the keeper, Al-Shaka. And that might just take that big smile he usually has off his face. A soccer penalty, and he's going to be replaced by Mo Abel Al-Qasim. And this will be the first introduction to soccer for the substitute keeper. Save a soccer penalty, potentially.
Well, Osman, the keeper, his luck finally ran out. Perhaps he thought he was invincible, having not conceded a goal yet in this tournament. Carelessness at the back, and now his side are in a spot of bother.
Well, he might have a little worry about this, the keeper, because there's some treatment going on. He's got a big frame, though. He's going to take up quite a portion of that goal.
Well, yeah, he is an imposing goalkeeper.
I mean, the kind of keeper you'd maybe prefer for a soccer penalty. Maybe it's going to work out for the best for Sudan. Who knows?
I think we can assume that he won't be dashing off his line.
Yeah, I think he might hold position. Although if he does come off his line, it's going to narrow that angle down significantly, you would imagine. Although he won't fancy coming off it too much, so the player runs around him, you would think his methodology.
Well, less of the goal to aim at for the penalty taker. Can we see one scored at last?
Well, they don't happen often. It's not an easy task, and the task has been handed to Catalan on the stroke of half-time. I don't think they will be another kick beyond this action. 10 seconds, one-on-one keeper. Catalan for Romania against Mo Abu Al-Qasim. Nails it into the bottom right corner. Sudan, whose game plan has been working. It worked last night against England. Are going to have to think again now because Romania have the lead. 1-0.
And that was a direct approach. He went straight for it, Catalan, didn't he? Went straight down the middle, hard, low, into the bottom right corner, and there was absolutely no doubt about it. The keeper beaten all ends up. That was his first introduction into the game, and that's the first penalty he scored in this tournament so far.
The first successful penalty.
And no doubt about it.
Oh, absolutely right, yeah. And it was the last action, as I predicted, of the first half. And it's Sudan 0, Romania 1. Sudan, who have had a game plan, are now going to have to possibly change it a little bit.
Is that the way to take those penalties? Go for it?
Yeah.
See a lot of caginess?
Well, I think if you're a player with skill and you've got a step over in your locker and you can get around somebody, then that's fine. I think when you're stepping up to that spot and you don't know what you're going to do and you're just going to run towards goal and see what happens, I think you're better served taking it on not narrowing your angle down and then getting yourself into a muddle when the keeper's right on top of you. So I think that was a decent tactic. And of course, he's a big guy. It's difficult to get down low if you drill it down low in the bottom corner from.
Perhaps that was his thinking.
Yeah, and I think that was the right thing to do. Well,
that's
it.
Shot themselves in the foot, though, Sudan.
Well, yes, they have, haven't they? The keeper, who was a bit of a hero in some respects last night, has turned villain, hasn't he? Just unnecessary. But against, I've been saying it, that they're not keen to get the ball away from that area when they're back in possession of the ball. It always seems to go right in, drop down inside the area or roll just outside the area, and they go right back to defending all over again. And this time they got themselves into a muddle. But plenty of shots, as you're seeing on your screen now, from Romania. None of them virtually on target. Very wasteful. And here's your penalty now. And I think that's one of the better ways to take them. Don't overthink it.
So we're going to have to see a different plan from Sudan. They're behind.
Yeah,
They're going to have to do something. They have to have a plan B.
I think if they tried to play a different way, they could pull it off. I think they've got the ability there, because when they're on a counter attack, they've got pace, they've got strength. So if there is a plan B, I think they might be able to utilise it. But I'm not entirely sure that there is.
Well, we'll find out.
We will indeed. And
it's to play through their creative force, their main player, Mohamed. He seems to be at the centre of everything.
Wali Mohamed was very good tonight, very strong. So too Moatsim Bardam, a big strong guy as well. Powerful drives through that centre on the counter attack. And he might come in useful as well, perhaps.
Who's the best player you've seen in this tournament so far?
Regressively, I don't know his name, because I was watching from the sides, and it's not a player I've seen before, but the number 16 at the back for Belgium today, thought looked a really good player. And a couple of the boys as well, really good. Which unusually, it's usually the striker, isn't it, the star boy? But I thought the guy at the back for Belgium, number 16. I will check that out. I'll get his name.
There was sorry to put you on the spot. There was an Albanian Kassa, number 10.
Well, yes. Now that's a guy who is a big soccer man.
Is he looked by far and away. He was by far and away the best player on the pitch.
Big soccer man, Kassa. Yeah, he's always involved. And if Albania win games and they play well, he's at the heart of it. Every time, yeah.
The games seem to come easy to him.
Yes, he is. He personifies soccer in a lot of ways. He just oozes soccer, and he's a good player. And yeah, if he doesn't have a good game, I would do Albania. And if Albania win a game, and it's generally because Kat is pulling strings, and he's just very kind of effortless, methodical, and he just bides his time, puts his foot on the ball. He does the whole futsal roll, and then he finds a space and he goes and he looks for the 1-2s.
So that's my nomination.
Yeah, always a good shout. Safe shout. Sudan back underway. And they are a goal behind after Romania scored the first soccer penalty of the 2024 Soccer World Cup in Macedon. Free kick for Romania. How long will the 1-0 lead be before Sudan decide they're going to go for broke? Question we'll have answered shortly.
The Barmy Army have gone silent for Sudan opposite. Yeah,
it's the first time we've really been quiet, isn't it? They need something. I'll tell you what, if they do score, then they will be loud. They were fantastic last night against England.
Certainly brought colour to this tournament.
Really
and
did.
A great atmosphere.
Yep, credit to Sudan and their best. Brilliant. And they really enjoyed it as well. Sudan in front of that support at the end of the night after the victory against England as well. Lapped it up. And why not? Romania in possession, and this isn't, again, usually they try and tear you apart now, Romania, but they look as though they're quite happy just to try and dictate play, possession. Sabara there with the large mop of hair on top of his head, if we can call it a mop. He goes to ground, he gets a free kick.
Reminiscent of an old Colombian player called Carlos Valderrama.
Yes.
Prominent in the 1990 FIFA World Cup.
Shot there was from Mujahid Ahmed. He was in against England. And there he is again now, the number 4. One of those little futsal type man, just stepping on the ball a couple of times. That's tidy in the middle though from Sudan. That's what I mean, Scoot. When they knock it around and they football, if you will, they do look a comfortable side.
They do, and I've said it before, it makes you realise that England played well, considering of the England side don't play at the highest levels of the game, the 11-a-side game. They're very good accounts of themselves.
That's right. So food for England. Not playing today. They'll be back in action tomorrow in Group G. One thing we do know is they will be bottom. In need of 3 points desperately. And if England do get those 3 points, the way things stand, and the group would, as I mentioned earlier, be wide open.
Osman living dangerously there at the back, the goalkeeper.
Well, we've seen a little different side to him and his personality as well. Looking a little worried, a little frustrated. Not quite the happy chappy that we've seen in the England game and the start of this one. Here's a big chance for Romania. Just took a little too long on it, really, Bertu, and allows Sudan to get back behind the ball. Still some nice calm play and then a run from the main creator, Radu, and then a strike at the near post. Drifts wide. Sudan getting back on it quickly this time. Stolen back, and he's never going to get away with that, wrapping his arms around Andre Sincescu.
Great opportunity for Sincescu. Classic move, attacking down the flank, getting to the dead ball line and pulling the ball back.
Bertu into the area, gets it back in the area, strikes in the area, and cannons off the boot of Albara. Sudan have it up the other end now, but I don't think they're going to keep that in.
Another great opportunity for Bertu. Goal at his mercy.
Well,
Sudan defended well.
Yeah, he's another one who's seen a lot of Romanian caps at soccer. Always in and around the mix on the goal scoring sheet when Romania are playing. It's a little risky in there, but it's just the ball through is intercepted. Romania again will be in possession of the ball. They're not an easy side to get it back off of, Romania. They're usually pretty well measured. It's a nice little turn just to evade his man and drift forward. Bit of space as Romania look to squeeze it. I have to go back. Sudan reverting back to type and getting men behind the ball. Space for a shot. Instead they go into the area. Cutback's going to be tricky with that amount of bodies in the area. And that shot from Adrian Pizarro, I think, is just a dabby from here.
It was not befitting of the possession, of the passage of play that preceded it. Romania stringing together about 25 or 30 passes. Some moment if they'd managed to score, but the quality of the finish was not there.
Yeah, Romania just demonstrating the quality that they do have with that untidy passing. Sometimes that is their only downfall. It's just that little bit at the end to nestle it home and make it count.
Well, it's the hardest part.
Of course.
Putting the ball in the back of the net. That's why
course.
strikers are so sought after, because it's so difficult. And that's why it's the beautiful game.
Well, that's the number 7, Vinciani Toma, if you haven't worked him out already. See enough of him. Iyi. Oh, that's a strong challenge for me, but not quite appreciated by the referee, and he's given a free kick. Or has he? Yeah, I think. Kicking, Scoop? I'm losing my marbles, am I? Is it a corner? It's a corner, okay. Third time lucky. Corner for Romania. In it comes. 2. And the whistle's been blown again. It's a free kick for Sudan, which the keeper wanted to take, but the ball moved, and so he has to once more. Doesn't mess around this time as he goes long, but it bounces all the way through for Alexandru. bowls it out and he gives it away this time. And now a chance to make their way forward. Romania getting themselves behind the ball, and then a shot well over the top from Albara. And it will be a Romanian goal. Minutes played in the second half. And nothing has changed since the half-time whistle. Sudan still trail by a 1-0 against Romania. That's Catalan. Scored the penalty for his nation.
Seen a lot of goals right on the stroke, which have dramatically changed the half-time team talk.
And quite a few at the end of games as well, and that's something particularly someone like England have to bear in mind. They just hit the panic button a little too early last night. Plenty of time in soccer. It doesn't take very long to get the ball up the other end, and Romania have done that themselves. And shot on the angle. Sudanese sock. And it will be a Romanian corner, I believe. It is. Move that by the referee instantly on it. They do make sure that is right on the 2 lines. And once again, Romania from a set had to go home. There's Razvan, the number 8. Familiar to fans of Romanian soccer. No nonsense at the back this time.
It's interesting how 1 or 2 of the players receive the ball
Well, here's a chance perhaps. I think they're going to deal with it. Albara does enough, but they've given it away once again. We'll go backwards. Go on, Scoop, fill us in.
It's, in many forms of football, you're taught to control the ball with your instep.
Another ball to the edge. Chance for Romania to double it. And it's in off of a rebound, I think. Looked as though it had headed wide, but Romania have got a second. And Sudan now got plenty of work to do. They've only managed 1 goal in the tournament. If they're going to win this, they're going to have to score 3. Let's try for 2 first. Or maybe just the 1. Yes, off the post and then off the head.
Yeah, the keeper's used up all his luck, hasn't he?
Wow.
Got down well. And then the ball hit the frame of the goal, hit the back, and came in off the back of his head, I think.
The most bizarre goal. No wonder it looked as though it had gone wide and bounced back off the advertising hoardings. And then I thought it just hit Romania. Instead of that, it's hit the post and hit the keeper's head. 2-0. Romania, as things stand, will be top of Group G after this one. They have played 1. Sudan will have 3 points, but with 2 games played. So a stronger position for Romania come the end of this one. Not quite, as you said. There's just been a couple of mistakes from Sudan that have been costly.
Rashness.
Yep.
Poor decision making.
And it needs. It might not. It might get worse. And just fizzes wide of the upright. Sudan looking a little devoid of ideas, but they have got the personnel here to make a fist of this.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Well, there's 9 minutes of regulation time. Plenty of time for goals. But they need the next one, that's for sure.
Good distribution from Alexandru, the Romanian goalkeeper, to get the ball out and start an attack.
Does make sure, Alexandru, and there's a chance for Romania to make sure of the points. And I think that is going to be that. Paulie, who is quite regularly in the goals for Romania, is in the goals again. And it's 3-0. And Sudan beginning to implode.
Damage limitation now. Need to regain their composure. Limit the damage on goal difference. That could be crucial at the end of the day.
Well, it caught flat-footed there. And Ahmed Nur not close enough to the striker at the back post. And in a...
Been impressed with Romania?
Yes.
On this evidence, they look stronger than Kazakhstan.
They are an accomplished side, Romania. And they do tend to get through to knockout phases of big tournaments. A little drag back was intercepted. Saeed Abadawi wanted a kick in, he didn't get one. Still not sure. Looks a frustrated figure. Number 6. On we go. Number 2, Adrian Panzaru gets it back. And the way they stroke it around, Romania, makes it very difficult to get the ball back, but managed to retrieve it for now. Header, just tried to angle right across the field, has fallen to the men in white once more. Romania, line again. Little bit of space on the angle. Instead, they go back to Bertu. Long ball up towards the byline. Bit of trickery from Paul Isak, but not enough, and it's a free kick for Sudan.
Romania play in a style, to me, befitting of their geographical location on the outskirts of Europe, bordering Asia, an amalgam of potentially those two footballing styles.
They've definitely got an idea, haven't they, Romania? Way about them.
Once famously beat Germany in the 1994 FIFA World Cup in America.
I was just about old enough to remember the bleached haired Romanian side.
Beat England.
They did indeed.
It was Bulgaria, of course.
The days of George Hagi and co. Seen some big Romanian players in the English leagues down the years, an 11-a-side.
Yeah, that was when they all came out with the bleached hair.
Oh, yeah, of course. Alexandru. It's little handy past Mohammed. And he didn't have the free kick given against him, and he does get the kick in. Didn't think he was going to be allowed to get away with that, but they've given it to the keeper. He's outstepped from the ball back to him, and we'll have a free kick given against him. A lot of rules for these players to consider. And it will be a free kick. And again, Romania are a side who really have a whole load of set-piece plays. Will we see one here? Looks a very tight angle for the shot.
We've seen so many free kicks to the wall when a bit of inventiveness is required.
I think you might get some from Romania. You do! And it's just... But wondered if the keeper had tipped onto it, but goal kick is given. Sudan running out of time. 3 goals behind in Group G. And the two sides who qualify out of Group G will face the side B. I'm sure they'll be watching closely here. Maybe paying a little bit more attention to Romania than Sudan currently in that group before Sudan. A win to their name last night. Keep up.
It's a strong group, isn't it?
It is,
on the evidence we've seen.
And it's Kazakhstan versus Romania tomorrow at 10. And that looks to be a big game now, because Romania and Kazakhstan have lost. And here's a shot coming in from Budam. And it's a corner, which is going to be taken by Majid Ahmed. Wahid Mohammed wanted it, he gets it eventually. It's cannons around, and it will be another corner.
Romania-Uruguay should be an interesting encounter.
Yes, and now just beginning after a couple of days to work out now who these sides of quality are and going to be. I kind of feel like every game in Group G is going to be a big game though. Romania coming through for a fourth, big chance. Keeper goes down and with his feet. And it will be a kick in for Romania. Big chance there.
Really good opportunity. That would have put the cherry on top for Romania. Keeper doing very
well. I think they'll be happy with their night's work, Romania, but they wouldn't mind another, I'm sure.
for the old goal difference.
Absolutely. There are some big games, tough games. I might not get a whole bucket load of them in the rest of the games coming up. Keeper going full-blooded for that one and gets the free kick. Challenge given against Mikola Duru. Keeper goes long.
Again.
Yes.
Like he did last night at the end of the game.
Well, 2 minutes to go after this one. I don't think Sudan are going to catch it now. Romania, though, might extend their lead. An overhead kick attempted. It was missed by Bochis, who is a defender generally. And free. Another long ball. I think that came off a Romanian head. It did. It's a corner to Sudan. I think they'll just want a goal to give them a little bit of something to take as momentum into the next game. And just reinstill that confidence that they looked as though they had back. The penalty was given. It's such a shame from the Sudanese point of view that they gave that penalty away right on half-time. If they'd gone in at 0-0, might have had a completely different game than we've had in the end.
Football always turns, doesn't it? And so many of these games here today we've seen turn on key moments when you think that two sides are evenly matched, and today's key with the penalty on the stroke of half-time.
Does often come down to details in soccer. And it's not always sides who will play you off to punish you when things go just a little bit wrong. You make a mistake, next thing the ball's in your back of your net. One skillfully by Burdam, and ricochets around and out of play for a corner. And want to take it quickly, and they do. And that's Bardam. Actually gets it through the legs on the pass. Don't think he meant that one, but it paid off. And Romania Steve Iyi. He kicks it out of play, and it will be a Sudan kick in once more. Very close to the 40-minute mark. Shot from range. It's reflection on its way through, and it is another corner.
Capable of playing football in spells, Sudan, you think? If only they'd been able to do it more throughout the game.
Yeah, it just does make you wonder if perhaps their tactics are just a little off. It's almost like they don't quite believe they're as good as I think they are. Well, that's the end of that one. Sudan, very, very close, who continued on from last night's performance against England in much the same way. They're allowing Romania plenty of possession in their half and in their final third, but they look very happy to deal with that until a mistake from the keeper led to a soccer penalty, which gave Romania time. Sudan didn't really recover, and a couple of mistakes ultimately, and some good football too, in fairness, led to Romania adding to their tally and winning the game 3 goals to 0, and perhaps we'll feel at the end of this one, Scoop, that they could be contenders.
Yeah, look a good side. Organised, hard running, tactically aware, good set pieces, really good set pieces. A couple of very good players. Virtue, the number 10 and the number 7 is an important player for them. They look they'll be in a good position to get out of this group. As for Sudan, well, they've got the win under their belt. People are playing good football, and I still think they may yet spring a surprise, another surprise, if they can keep their discipline.
Well, that's it. Romania, after one game, go top of Group G. It's wide open. Uruguay, 3 points. Sudan, 3 points. Romania, 3 champions. Kazakhstan, no points. and it's currently 0-0 for good old England as well in Group G. That's it for now. We'll be back with you in about 5 minutes. Stick around, the interview's coming up.
إذا دعوة للجمهور السوداني الشقيق مرة أخرى للتواجد في مباراة منتخبنا العماني لنشجع سويا منتخبا عربيا في هذه المباراة أمام المنتخب الأمريكي. شكرا لرابطة جماهير السودان على حضورهم تفاعلهم مع هذا المساء الجميل. نحن في إجازة نهاية أسبوع، لذلك من الجميل أن نرى تلاحما عربيا. شكرا لجماهير المنتخب السوداني ودعوة لجماهير منتخب.
Alex, congratulations. You've won your first game of the tournament. How important is it to make sure that you get that first win?
Hello, good evening everyone. First one, it was a difficult game. It was more difficult than we expected. Both teams did a lot of effort to win the game. I hope we will improve our tournament. You know, with the next match, maybe against Kazakhstan, we will get better and better, because this is a game that doesn't satisfy us. You know, we are confident that we can do more than that to enjoy everybody who come here and sacrifice 1 hour to see us. You know, and thank you very much for all the organization, because it's very impressive. And for all people who come here, we should do the best to enjoy and bring a little bit of happiness to all people who come here.
Congratulations, well done on the win.
Thank you very much, sir.